strategic power. And this mixture of civilian and military crisis is a kind of smart power in reality. The concept of smart power has came after 2008, but in reality, the EU has invented it in 2003. So this strategy has not changed since 2003. In 2008, France had the presidency of the EU and wanted to renew the strategy. But there was no consensus to do it, especially because of the problem of Russia, which was a big problem at that time. And I think the Germans in particular were scared that if we speak about the new security strategy, we shall speak about Russia and we shall have a big discussion in the EU, which can be difficult. So there was no renew of the strategy, but we adopted a report in 2008, a kind of implementation report, where we put the accent to new aspects of security. For example, energy security, cybercrime, climate change, piracy. So these new elements were not present in 2003, but they were incorporated in this report in 2008, which is a kind of update. Now, this is a kind of security strategy. À bientôt. Now, how is organized the external relations in the world? The 2003 security strategy was essentially based on CFSP, that is to say political aspects, foreign policy aspects. But the EU has developed external relations through the Commission, through the economic integration, economic community. And since the Lisbon Treaty, the two are merged. The idea of having Mrs. Ashton is to, merge community aspects, economic aspects, and foreign security and security aspects, foreign policy and security aspects. The fact that we have now the EEAS, it means that the EEAS has a global vision of the aspects of foreign relations, not only economic but also political. So, what is important for our external relations of the EU? First, of course, it is a transatlantic partnership. There is an important EU-US relationship, but this relationship is essentially economical. When we talked about policy, about politics, when we talk about security aspects, we don't speak in the EU, or very few. We speak in NATO, because it's a place where you discuss about strategy, about collective defense, etc., about crisis management, security threats, and of course, through the bilateral contacts of the EU with the different member states, and in particular, the biggest member states, France, UK, Germany, and sometimes others, but this transatlantic partnership cannot be reduced to the EU-US. EU-US is only one aspect. Secondly, you have the enlargement and neighborhood policy. It's a very important policy for the EU because you must use, all policy tools of the EU to prepare the candidate countries. For example, Croatia will join the EU in a short time, but others are preparing in the Western Balkans. Turkey, you have a customs union with Turkey, so this is really an important economic policy. And in the neighborhood policy also, we try to deepen our economic relations. For example, the negotiation of a free trade zone with Ukraine. We try to develop the participation of these countries to EU policies, for example, common agencies, common programs, visa policy, educational policy, etc. So these are different elements. And of course, in security aspects also, the EU try to be present in the resolution of the conflicts. Then we have the strategic partners. The strategic partners, normally, it's only the big partners. So Russia, China, India, Brazil, Mexico, I think South Africa. You have many strategic partners. Sometimes, I must say, this concept of strategic partners is too broad. You use it for too many countries and too many regions in the world. It's not very, sensible. But it's important to focus on important partners. For example, in Russia, we have twice a year a EU-Russia summit. With China, once a year, I think. India, once a year. The same for Brazil, Mexico, etc. Then, of course, the EU is supporting regional integration. It's totally normal. EU is integrated. It's a regional organization. It's the best regional integration in the world. And of course, it's supporting also regional integration in other parts of the world. In Asia, with ASEAN countries, in Latin America, in Africa, with the African Union. So this is a normal policy of the EU. And of course, EU has to be present in the multilateral governance, in the United Nations. Perhaps you have read a few days ago, EU has now the right to speak in the UN General Assembly. It's quite new. In the G8, which was created in 1975, President of the Commission was always there. In the G20 also, the G20 is more economic, is a more economic forum. And there you have a real coordination of EU countries in the G20. So you see that the EU has a global policy, but of course you still have policy of member states and also other forums like NATO. Now I would like to address another question to know if this policy is effective, if it has influence, if it can act on the world. Is there a European power? You know the difference between soft power and hard power. Soft power, it's more influence, persuasion. The exact definition by Mr. Joseph Nye is get the others want what you want. This is soft power. Coca-Cola is soft power, for example, McDonald's. But Louis Vuitton for France, etc. So it's a way you define your model, your values, etc. Of course, EU is very good in soft power tools because it is not threatening the countries. It is attracting. It's an attracting model, especially through enlargement policy. EU is distributing aid. You know that 1/2 of the public development aid is European in the world. 1/2. Not only EU as such, but also the member states together. But it's very important. EU is making statements, is using diplomacy, Mrs. Ashton, the EU delegations, the special representative for such or such conflict or region in the world, etc. You have a power of the law, of the norms. EU try to expand its norms through negotiation. When you negotiate, for example, an agreement with a third country, you try to put it a special clause on human rights. You define human rights. You have a clause, you have human rights dialogues. You have a clause on non-proliferation, obligation on non-proliferation aspects.